Boom, there's your partner Litle Boy, beginning of Cranberry TV. Or you don't know all what I get in this, maybe we won't say papa, so I hope.
Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Parlé with your girl Cranberry. We are of course in season 2 and I am here with one of the hottest producers out of 2 countries, Dominica and Martinique, Litle Boy. Litle Boy, I am so excited to have you on Parlé with Cranberry. What's going on?
Well, idea, thanks for having me there.
Okay.
Yeah,
tell me a little bit about your background. First of all, tell me what is your actual name?
my real name? Okay, well, my first name is Lionel.
Okay.
My second name is Foster.
Okay.
And my third name is Marcel.
Okay. Lionel Foster Marcel. Okay. And where did the Litle Boy come from?
Just like I wouldn't like just like that when it comes.
Just like that. We
like,
have a little man in Bouyon. Did Little Man influence the Litle Boy? Because Little Man was produced too, you know.
Yeah, so, for the confirmation, yeah, it's the Little Man that make me. It's as if when I was looking for my name, like me and my cousin, like I was making a account online for my beats and things. So I said, but what name I can put for my beats and things? So, but I wanted something with boy in it. Because I can put black boy because like dark skin and things.
Yeah.
So, I said they're looking for that. So my grandmother come and she said, hey, Little Boy. And I watch my cousin and say, Little Boy then? And he was like, I say, yeah boy, Little Boy can go. And plus when I think about it, a little man.
Yeah.
And he's still doing producing and things. So I say, a little man. So I just put Little Boy. And that's it just come.
Makes sense,
Yeah,
makes sense.
Just come.
But tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Did you grow up in Martinique or in Dominica, and how growing up influenced your passion for music? Has music always been something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, always. As my father was singing, he was a singer. He didn't have your first, he used to sing gospel.
Oh, the gospel singer is your daddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
My
My mother and them used to listen to a lot of his music.
Like the Foster, I was named to Foster Xavier.
Okay.
And things so I was always in music, and I can't say I grew up in Martinique alone and in Dominica alone. I born in Martinique. I grew up in Dominica.
Okay.
But when I go back to Martinique, my parents was always like sending us back. Every holidays was in Dominica. Like for the year, I was always in Dominica. So it's like really I grew up with both
cultures.
Yeah, both cultures. So it's like even in being Martinique, listen to Martinique music, Dominica music, Martinique music. I think, and people always tell me, but your beats different. I don't know if it's because if I the second culture.
Yeah.
So then when I put in beats, I still have the Martinique thing. And
yeah, because I lived in Martinique for a few years after Maria. I moved to Martinique, and back then, like they had no clue what Bouyon was.
No.
Like I was working. You from Martinique, so I'm sure in Caspilot you know this place called Kaidada.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to work at Kaidada as a bartender.
Okay.
And like I'll be telling all my coworkers about Bouyon. And then I'd be like, they don't know nothing about Bouyon. Bouyon was hot like in Guadeloupe. But then when I used to like play tracks for them, they was like, yeah, that's sounding good. But they don't know it. They didn't know it back then.
Exactly.
So, and today now I see that Bouyon is becoming popular in Martinique. Do you feel like you influence that sort of shift in the culture in Martinique for them to appreciate Bouyon a lot more? Because Bouyon has been very dominant in Guadeloupe, but it's a new thing in the Martinique culture right now.
Well, I don't want to take I want to say, I don't want to boast too much
it's
about
not
myself.
Boasting, it's not boasting, it's being honest.
I would say, I wouldn't say me alone. I wouldn't say it's me alone, like it's me that do it, but I would say I part of it.
You
but
have a big
me,
part to play.
No, maybe, but
because Litle
Boy
big.
Big. Because why? You see like region them? Yeah, man. Up in Martinique, you have a huge, them and huge Suki, all them things. And they know a couple of their Guadeloupe Bouyon already.
They were introduced. I will tell you exactly when Ridge penetrated the Martinique, in Martinique audience. TikTok had become a huge thing. during
Yeah.
just after Maria and during COVID time, and my TikTok was still like I was mostly in French people because I created TikTok when I was in Martinique, and everybody in Martinique was doing a TikTok to Chinese wine.
Yeah. You see. Now I tell you, I not the one, but I may be part of it. But before that, there was already coming.
Yeah, but you've been producing beats for a very long time, so you should not downplay your impact.
No.
You should not downplay your impact.
Yeah, don't play it, but you just for me it's a group of us, not me alone.
I agree.
A group of us.
But if you had to pinpoint certain artists or genres that influence your style of music, which artists or which genres would you say speaks to who Litle Boy is? And when you hear a Litle Boy production, besides the Litle Boy, how we looking, what would make you say like, that's Litle Boy?
Reggae, it's like reggae music. Yeah, I love that. Like I love reggae music, like reggae music. I love. I would say gospel music too, but not like reggae, but gospel music. I grew up in the gospel music, so it's like being in church every time. I always hear in my. Up to today, my mother and my sister are still listening to gospel music. Like, well, me too. Sometimes I don't like.
Did you produce any tracks for your dad?
No, because like, okay, before he died, he had to do one on my beat, but he died.
Oh, okay.
Because before he died, that's when I really get into like trying to make it some of his style of music. And the other one he had like, but he told me, boy, I can sing on that and things. I said, yeah, boy, wait for you, I make it. He told me, yeah, but he had to sit down and write, but he died.
Okay.
So he did not make it.
Nice and perfect. Do you think that if your dad were still here, he would be proud of the work that you're doing right now?
Yeah, he would have been proud, but trust me, he would not too much argue. Because when I used to make beats, I used to be happy. Like sometimes he used to be calling me and tell me, hey, why is the page of your beats and whatever? Because they're telling somebody about me. But my son does do that. So I know he used to tell people, oh, my son doing that, my son doing this and things. So, but he used to tell me, like it's for God I have to do it. And for beats, I wasn't really singing yet when he was alive. It's when he died, he said, dog. My father was, like, we was living on his music. So I said, like, no, my father died. And a long time, people telling me, boy, try to sing and sing. I said, like, you know what? If I have somebody have to step up because now he dies, so I can try to sing and things. So I try after song, and it work out well. You get a million of views. I said, oh, so I can continue.
Okay.
And things. So, but I know he would have been telling me, before God or whatever, like those loved ones, you don't have too much. You would have tolerated it. You would have tolerated those the loved ones that are talking about love. But you would have still tell me, you should have been body talking about
What would you consider was your breakthrough moment in music? Because you've been doing beats for a very long time. But what would you say that really, put Litle Boy on the map?
I would say Dog Life.
Okay.
I think Dog Life. Like before that, I'd do cover beats for some hit songs in French countries, but you wouldn't know it was me that was doing it. But the Dog Life, I think Dog Life is the first one I started to do like. Up to today, I think I can go in any little island and see Dog Life.
Okay.
This is Dog Life, I can go anywhere and they'll be like, oh, Dog. Yeah, I think
that's
Dog
you.
Life.
That's a Little Boy production. Okay.
Yeah, that's Dog Life.
Tell me a little bit about the journey and the success of the hit song Someone Else, because Someone Else have over 5 million views on YouTube right now, and it's not very often that we see Trinidadians specifically embracing something that is not necessarily theirs, but someone else in all party it have that is Trinidad Carnival Fest. Someone else dominating more than the songs that the Trinidadian artists made for Carnival season. So tell me, how does it feel to have that kind of success and to penetrate in a market like Trinidad? I know you've produced the beats for Trinidadian artists in the past, but that song is actually a you song and you singing, and you have Kwan and Trilogy on that. I saw that you guys did a whole radio promo tour in Trinidad. Oh, tell me how it feels to have that sort of success, and tell me a little bit more about how this song came to be.
Well, I feel nice, blessed, and talented. Searching my one body, my nice talent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like happy, feeling shocked still, because I wouldn't have think that song would have been
as big as it is.
Yeah, I thought in Dominica.
Yeah.
I was trying to be like, I think in Dominica it will work. I think in Dominica it will work. Outside of like Trinidad or something there. So what? I really wasn't. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a shocker for you?
Yeah, for me I wasn't expecting that at all. It will have some things that will come out a little bit later there. I don't want to talk too much about it. I'll be surprised. But have some other artists from Trinidad.
Okay.
I'm checking like,
so we're going to see, because I saw one of your interviews with one of the radio stations in Trinidad. I think it was with Charles Marshall and Ding Dong.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And every rhythm that Ding Dong dropped, he wants to know if that rhythm is for somebody. If he can get on it, I'm like, okay, so I already see that Litle Boy is going to be getting a lot of calls from Trinidad.
Yeah, I have couple. I have couple coming. I have couple coming. But we go to Trinidad massive one time, yeah. Even in my beats on them, I see Trinidad people.
They starting to listen.
Yeah, no, for a while now, you see now it's getting big, but for a little while, it has some, I would say, underground artists and things in Trinidad that have been linking me. They may be not famous and things, but public people have been linking me already from Trinidad. Like, it's like, I was expecting to Trinidad to, but not know. I wasn't expecting to know it would be like that. I see a couple people are saying like, well, it's starting to feel in Trinidad, but always get big there from someone else. I was thinking like, no, it doesn't happen.
Well, it had to have a time for it to happen, and I think now is the appropriate time. I see that Trilogy has been having quite a few events where he's performing this song. I know, around during the Creole Festival season, he did mention on Creole Festival stage that it was unfortunate that he was performing with Signal Band at Creole Festival, and you and Kwan had to be on another event. I think it was in St. Lucia.
No, it's St. Vincent and St. Lucia.
Okay. How did you feel about the outrage that you guys have the biggest song across the entire Caribbean? You are free Dominicans, and you didn't get that opportunity to be on the biggest stage in Dominica.
Tell you the truth, I don't think like no really type that I think actually can't buy. They should I was there for true. But I still checking like I do feeling no type of way. I still checking like for me like a challenge.
Yeah.
I say okay, this is cool festival, still do I was there. So must make more tune until one day 12 festival decide okay, let's have them there. It's like the way and I would like respect to all the fans and them there, because if you want to come back Dominica, they tell me boy some people break them on the radio.
Yeah. It was like a whole big conversation during the independence.
No, don't mess with the people like that. I seem like respect that. No, like you see Rich. Even Rich was saying that Rich going all about the place and they don't have him on the 12 festival, and Rich will never change his music. Nope. Rich just keep on pushing. I take example on him for that. Rich just keep on pushing his music until now they have Rich as a headline on. I say, it's the same thing we can do though, bro. They don't keep on pushing until them. For me, the G12 festival taking like that and gave us a headline. We pass a challenge again already. So I don't feel no type of way. It's just I just thinking like one day all you will have us there. What's that? One day all you must have us.
You know, and there's this thing that and they say that a lot in Dominica, like people from Dominica are not necessarily easily embraced by the Dominican audience. It's like we tend to wait until people from the outside talking so much about that artist before we say like, yeah, that's our artist. Do you feel that type of way?
Yeah, so okay, no, maybe not for Bouyon. Maybe for because I check in like boy Dominica have so much talent. Yeah, boy Dominica, I always say if you say I get a big producer, but I know I make plenty money just by taking Dominican artists alone.
Yeah.
Like if I get like a rich million, like a big artist. But I know if I take artists from Dominica alone, I am plenty money because I know Dominica. Just my village, you see like Paybush.
Yeah.
I still feel small in Paybush, even though like they just tell me, where's a big artist?
Yeah.
But when I was hear a man singing Paybush and things, I was like, oh. Yeah, my cousin, the Asha, when them man sing up there.
Oh, Asha Thomas is your cousin?
My cousin,
okay.
Yeah, my cousin. Asha Thomas is my cousin. So when I was hear them, I was like, yeah. Anytime Asha, but you man, it's like, but not for Bouyon. I wouldn't say it for Bouyon because how I seen it, it does have to bust in, when it's come to Bouyon, it does bust in Dominica first. And then after it does go, or someone else has to bust in Dominica, like it does bust. I would like to answer what they want in Dominica first does busting, you know.
Yeah.
So Dominica first does busting, and then after, like, it's so busting Dominica now. For me, I even find Dominica really fed up of that someday.
I don't think they'll be fed up of it for a long while.
Yeah, but for other genre, I find that because there are plenty bad dancehall artists, people that sing in trap thing, but I don't find that I give them too much exposure like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to ask you some quick questions, and you're going to give me the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you that question. What's your favorite instrument to produce with?
Drum.
Okay.
Yeah, drum. Yeah, I like drum.
When it comes to studio, morning or late night?
Both. Whole day I was doing the studio. That's my job. So when I wake up, breakfast, studio, and the studio just outside of my room.
Okay.
So when I come out from the room, I go outside the studio, then boom.
Okay. What genre would you like to experiment with in the future?
Reggae and Afro and soca.
Okay.
Yeah.
One artist you would love to collaborate with?
Is Abantang.
Okay. What's a memorable performance that stands out in your career?
The first time Triple K had me on my first time on stage with it was with Triple K. My first time ever on stage and it was with Triple K in Guadeloupe.
Okay. And what's the first song that you ever produced?
I don't think I know it, but it's a song when I was doing in France with DJ Wiz.
Okay.
It was about a long time. But the first one for me by myself would be Fashe.
Okay.
Fashe.
And if you were to perform anywhere in the world, like your dream location to perform, where would it be?
Africa.
Okay. And who is your favorite Bouyon artist of all time?
Tazi.
Ah, you love Tazi.
Why you mad, man?
What is one food from Martinique and one food from Dominica that you cannot live without?
I think Colombo from Martinique and Dominica. I have to feel you are plenty. My pilau.
Pilau.
Yeah,
Was it Dominicans like a pilau?
Yeah, my pilau like you think.
Who is an underrated artist or a producer from Dominica that you think the world needs to hear?
Primex.
Primex. I've never heard that person before.
Yeah,
so tell me a little bit about Primex.
Yeah, he does sing Staffy and them, but he coming up. He coming up there.
Well, I will look out for Primex. What's the last song that you listened to that you had on repeat?
The last song I had on repeat there. But all you don't know it yet. Fetty Mac. You shall me is a new song here going to come out. But
when I go home, I'll look for that.
If it's something all you like people know, but I wouldn't like Signal Ban.
Which one?
Yes, baby.
Oh, I love that song. That and Kaika Fet living rent free
Yeah,
my head.
yes, baby, an angel in the sky.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah. I just watch Shelly different now when I was in my like, what? When we start with them ideas there.
Shelly is top tier, top tier.
Yeah, but yeah.
Zouk or Bouyon, if you could choose one that you would have to listen to for a whole day, which one?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your go-to hype song before a performance? What is that one song that you know if you listen to that you have the energy to go?
Oh, Triple K?
Which one?
Boy, I don't know. I can just press
Any Triple K?
Boy, man.
Okay,
I can just press a Triple K there and decide, yeah, boy.
So can we say that Triple K is one of your inspirations
Yeah,
when
man.
it comes to Bouyon?
Yeah, my biggest inspiration is Triple K.
Okay.
My biggest inspiration is Triple K. I think if I do Bouyon now, well, the band that introduced me, I wouldn't like CK. As I tell you, I come from a gospel family, so at my house we don't have the CK like that.
Yeah.
But when I used to be Playbush, and that band MFR, the lead singer and the drummer they're from Playbush, and I think they used to practice sometime in Playbush when I was small. So I used to hear them sometime. But the band has been holding me like,
Triple K.
Triple K.
Okay. And if you weren't making music, what would you be doing?
I don't know, maybe engineering, like song engineering. It would be something in engineering. Okay. If it's not nothing, it's maybe whatever job I get. But I know, like when I was going to school, I was heading to going things that was to do with engineering and all of things.
Yeah, because your father was into music, so you just gravitate towards that. Okay.
That is video, but it would have to do with social media, internet, music or something like that. Yeah.
Describe your production style in 3 words.
My production style in 3 words? Me, myself and Triple K.
You yourself and Triple K. Okay, alright, I'll take that. Okay, so we're going to go into this part that I like to call Songed Off, where I'm going to play different tracks. Some will be yours, some will not be yours. And you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that track.
Okay.
So you ready?
Scared. not the Prime Minister now, but doing scared.
Do it scared.
Because it's he that make the contact for all of, like for me to. That is when I was first meeting Triple K, and it's he that make it happen. Not only me, it's he that make the collab happen. Okay. So every time I'm thinking about that, I'll be like, boy, Scared, they're nice thing there.
Scared. Okay.
Yeah, he's my manager and things. But his name is Doing, but we just call him Scared. Yeah. True story. Yeah.
Tell me about this true story. Your girlfriend was always vexed, toujours fâchée.
All them names I call in the song is like, it's for true. It's like my ex, not my girlfriend, but my ex. Like all them names I call is like really what that happened for true. Okay. Yeah, like my cousin Shana, she was thinking like, oh, it was a girl, but it was really my cousin from Paul. Like all them things is like really happened. Yeah. Yeah, but hit. Yeah, hit. Yeah, hit.
Okay. First thing that comes to mind is hit.
Kwanda. Go well. Go well.
I don't know if you know that one, but you'll tell me.
Who's that? Inspiration. Because I want to make a song that look like that. Okay. Yeah. Like I told my cousin the last time, my cousin does DJ and he was playing that. I said, boy, I want to make like a kind of new school version of that song there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, wait, dreams.
Dreams.
Yeah, when I think about that, dreams. Is a dream come true for me.
Dream come true.
So having song in UK, yeah.
Okay, all right.
my daughter, I don't know why, but it's not my daughter. When I make it, I don't have my daughter in mind. But you see now today, now I have my daughter. Every time I'm thinking about that, like when I am girl, I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
Always my daughter I'm thinking about.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like
That's
just
a
today,
good
it's my
vibe.
daughter I'm thinking about. Legend.
Okay.
Litle Boy, how we looking?
Break out.
You think that break you out more, right?
Yeah, like this that I always wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
I think yeah, that because that's the first one I try.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I try. Like I always want to do a thing like that, and I check and try it, and that's the one I try, and it work out nice.
And I love what's his name? Rio Okay Boom song on that rhythm.
Yeah, thing too, you know, it one the partner from Penville, Shorty, boy that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, like he really sing on it like what? What? Yeah, he bad. Trinidad. Yeah, Trinidad. I think yes, in Trinidad, I get the idea for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you all were on the radio tour, you get the inspiration
it's like,
for
as
that
soon as
song?
we finish on the radio, the DJ play our music. And just that song, and she went, boy, that song bad. And Con was telling him, dog, you don't know that song there? I said, he told me, yeah, man, dog, a classic song that there. I said, boy, me, I hear that song there. I check, I'm to do that in Bouyon, boy. Con tell me, why you mad if you doing that? I do it. Boy, I need to, boy. I said, when you use Dominica, we're doing it.
Okay.
And, then,
And that's a old school Little Boy.
I would say break out too much in Guadeloupe.
Okay.
Yeah, because somebody singing that on Guadeloupe before, and it was a hit in Guadeloupe. It was a hit.
Okay.
Am I beginning to? Yeah.
How we looking?
Yeah, but my future. Like it help me with my future, I find.
Okay. And we're going to play a rhythm you dropped recently, about 2 months ago.
Man, I'll just say me.
Okay.
Yeah, me.
Okay, and what would you say, puts your stamp on a production? Like besides, Scare It saying the Litle Boy looking. When somebody hear a beat, what makes them say like, yeah, you see that? I know that is Litle Boy.
That is me. I don't know. I maybe think is. I don't know. It's like everybody have their style of doing. I don't know. Everybody have their style of doing things. I really find that there's record. Even me too, I was wondering about the whole. When my cousin and them, I tell you, boy, I hear that song and looking like you. I see that the beat. I said, you that do that. I don't know what does make them see that. I maybe I have my own style and there's.
So tell me, what is your process when it comes to making a beat? How a beat coming together for you?
Okay, it does start okay. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning and have an idea fresh and things, so I'll start it up. Start up the idea, everything fresh. Then after I'll go inside, take about a BB. It has to be BB. Take a bottle of BB, and then I go on, when I get the idea, I lay down, drink a little bit, and then whatever that come in my head with the piano, keyboard, I'll just do anything. Or sometimes I'll just be like, let me try something I don't do today, and just go in the computer, see what it I never use, and then I must get something I like in it.
Okay.
And something. It depends. It really depends. But most times, just wake up in the morning. I tell you, one thing I take serious is like the music. So I wake up in the morning, breakfast, everything, studio one time.
Okay.
That's the one thing.
And how would you say, though, we're talking about like you grew up in 2 different islands, you also lived in France for a little while. So let's talk about how those different cultures inspired your music. And you also grew up in a musical family. Your father was a very famous gospel singer. Like I grew up in a Christian home too. And your father musical, what my stepfather is to be playing. So tell me, how those different musical traditions inspire your work, and if at all does some of the music that your father used to create inspire you? Even if your father did gospel, but you do know that there are gospel artists that sing Bouyon.
Yeah. I know one before Sonel.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I became up with Sonel. What's up, yeah?
Yeah.
I like him bad too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad, yeah.
So tell me, did your father influence any of your work, and how did the traditions when it comes to music? Because you know Martinique have their own style of music, Dominica have their own style. How those two different styles inspire and influence the kind of beats that you produce?
Yeah, well, I think it's taken apart from everything. It's like I tell you just now, the reggae. I love reggae. I know my father too. Yeah, like reggae plenty, and he used to sing reggae, or sometimes in the house he just to be playing reggae or whatever. I know that part there, and even like when I singing, plenty people tell me, you know, I'm leaving. So when I singing, even I wasn't thinking about that, you know, but in leaving.
You sounding like your father?
Yeah, they tell me I sound like my father. Plenty people, even my family, tell me, boy, you sound like your father. They're like, they tell me
now that you tell me during the interview, because I didn't realize that Xavier Foster was your father. But now that I know that, I can hear.
So you're
that
talking about you, so you do talking like something
definitely,
like him?
Definitely. You should sing more. You should sing more.
Well, I think I take that from him. And I think in France, what I get there, I think it's the African part, you know.
Okay.
Like you see, like that song there of my family,
Yes.
The flow I doing in it is like an African song I know.
Okay.
And like while I listen to this song, it's like I was just messing around and I took that same
video
flow.
you shot that in Saint Martin.
Which one?
Family.
No, Martinique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
Martinique.
okay.
Got my sisters and then my brothers, you know, my band and from over there.
But you lived in Saint Martin for a little while?
But I was not living, you know, but I was there. You see, whole COVID, when you see the place was locked down, I went to check out guys in St. Martin. I'd go to St. Martin for 5 days. So people think I was living in St. Martin. I'd go there for a funeral. And then when I go there, during COVID, and I saw the place, I said, I stay in there, I coming out there. And I stayed there for a while, mostly whole COVID.
Okay. Well, that's a very long while.
Yeah.
So it was like you were living in St. Martin.
Yeah. And big up you and them, big up all the Sandy Gong Massive and the Concord there. Yeah, you know yourself, I don't know.
But how do you see your role as a producer and your productions, you know, pushing the Bouyon on a global scene and making it, you know, even more relevant in the Caribbean?
How I see myself?
Yeah. What role do you see your productions playing in, you know, pushing the Bouyon on a wider scale?
Okay. Before I answer, it's not. I don't think it's not. I don't think.
I don't say it's not boasting yourself by asking your question. I just want you to answer the question honestly.
Okay.
Because let us be real. When people talking about Bouyon right now, you're not going to hear them necessarily mentioning other names other than DJ Taffy, Litle Boy, Kwandan, Trilogy, Guada G,
MJ.
Signal Band, DJ MJ. So you know those are the names that people are calling. So I want you to tell me how do you, because you are a producer, so a lot of the artists going to be singing on Litle Boy beats.
I don't know. I do boasting about myself. I want to say I do boasting about myself, but I find my beats are never important role because it's like in Guadeloupe, the first ever Bouyon that reached 1 million views, I make the beat for it.
Okay.
In Dominica, the first Bouyon that make 1 million views, I make the beat for it.
Okay, so you have to boast yourself.
No, I don't want to boast myself. I don't not boast, but
you can be proud of your accomplishments and remain humble, you know, but you have to acknowledge that yes, I did that. That is me.
I did that. Even if I went in Africa, keep an almost 16 million views. I do it too. So I find.
So you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, like
and you should be proud to talk about your accomplishments.
I don't want people to think that I'm boasting about myself and things. So.
What is the one beat you produce that you would say that you're most proud of?
Well, I don't think I have one beat, but I'll more say like the first one that make me like boost out there. And
the Dog Life?
No, not even that one there. The one in I don't think you know it, but the one in Guadeloupe, like the first Bouyon ever that make 1 million views was the one in Guadeloupe there with Billy's to me. I know
that song.
That's the first Bouyon.
I know that song.
Well, me that do it.
So you see, you just said, oh, all you probably don't know it, but I know that song.
Oh, yeah,
I know my music, you know.
Okay, yeah. That is the first Bouyon ever that do 1 million views. That was that song.
Okay. If you were to give any advice to somebody who is probably aspiring to be a producer or an artist like you, and what advice would you give to them?
Okay, well, the first one, before I go in the other one, find out first if you're making shit. I don't want you to think that you're doing something good and it's not good. You find out first, like, be sure that you're doing something that's good already.
Yeah.
And if you're sure, and even in the comeback you know it's good and for yourself it's good, that's how don't never stop.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't never stop. Don't never stop. If you have to be, I'm thinking about out of domain, think about out of domain. If you have to be thinking about out of the island, think about out of the island, but it just don't ever stop. Because the time you're going to stop, every time you want to come back, you're not going to be like, don't never stop it. Yeah,
and when it comes to, you know, producing and creating music, whether it's creating a beat or probably writing a song, how do you handle or how do you deal with creative blocks?
Well, most times when I'm making the beat, it's like, as I just make beats, sometimes I just make the beat randomly and I'll catch a nice idea on some beats and I'll be like, nobody can for myself, and I'll just make a song on it. Or sometimes, I don't know why, but when I just go by the river, I don't know, it's like Dudu. I couldn't even remember where I'd get it, but my family told me the day we was by the river. But all of them was telling me it's in an Afro way. And the whole time by the river, they tell me I was singing that. It even have another one. You see, like Dog Life, when I get the idea, I know I was by the river or something like that. But it's not, okay, not me I get the idea, but when I get to put it in a song, because it's a slang while living in Martinique. So when I get to put it in a song, I know I was by the river. It have others too, I don't know, like when I was going beach river and things. So.
Yeah, you just get your inspiration.
I don't
it just hits you like,
yeah. If it's not in front of a beach, it's always somewhere like that. Like when I just pose it, most time. But most time when I make the beats, I'll do a beat and I'll catch an idea on it. And I'll be like, oh, nice.
So do you have any exciting projects or collaborations you can tell us about?
I can tell all you about that coming.
Don't keep everything in the bag for yourself, man. Give us a little goodie.
Aight. Chibuke for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but Chibuke for sure. It has something changing that, but I don't think
you can hold those there for yourself still. We'll wait on those there.
I'm saying but ask him.
Okay.
Ask him. And he tell me yes. So Monsieur, if all you see I don't make a song with Esa Bantan, go back there and Mr. and ask him, why are you? But he tell me yes. No, my partner there. But he tell me yes, ask him, he tell me yes.
Okay.
Why? I say okay. Yeah.
And where do you see?
And Signal too. It's fun to make a song with Signal, but it will happen. I was happen naturally. Like the Shelly Boy, Bad Boy, man.
Yeah.
But I want it will happen. It will happen because I don't think them Irish like my words on them was Irish. But we just do never talk about making our music together. But it must happen. One day it must happen.
That when it happens is going to be an amazing production.
I just check that too, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Why Shelly Bad? And he does make things that I was like to listen to plenty.
Yeah. But where do you envision your music going in the next few years? Where do you see Litle Boy in the next few years?
I just want to reach Africa. And States too, you know, but I want to reach Africa first. I'll reach Africa first.
And do you see yourself dabbling? I know you love the Bouyon, but do you see yourself dabbling in different styles and different genres in your production?
Yeah, man. Like, I just make soca beats too.
Okay.
I just make soca and some couple of dancehall. Well, that I start with. Like I just want to make a soca song and a reggae song and an Afro, like Afrobeat. An Afro song. Yeah, man, I make an Afro song bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're coming to the end of the show, Little Boy. What is the last thing that you would like to say to your fans?
Always believe in yourself. Even though the parents do you wrong, always honor the parents. Yeah, I can see those who always honor your parents and them, even though I remember that. Honor all your parents more than father and just believe in yourself and do stay home, not single, nothing. Even though you stay in home, make sure when you home or as you have internet now, make sure like if you stay on your computer, you have to do something that makes
do something
money.
productive,
Yes. You just do stay there and say, oh, in Dominica and then nah. You have internet now, you can do things that make you don't have to leave Dominica and you can make money out of it. Even producers too, any genre you're making, make sure, try to get a computer, work out all the time, get a computer and make money in this. Trust me, or you make it.
Well, thank you so much, Little Boy, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and speak to me. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
I look forward to hearing all of the exciting new collaborations that you will have coming out even in this carnival season and in the future to come. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Parlé with Cranberry. I'm going to leave all the links to Little Boy's socials in the description below so you can go and follow him and support him and stay up to date with everything that he's doing. And I will catch you guys next week for another episode of Parlé with Cranberry. Bye.
That's it. Boom.